It's an obscenity, isn't it? It's a ghastly and outrageous act, and I'm not surprised because I'm afraid ISIS are a horrible organisation, and I refuse to call them the Islamic State. They're not a state, and I think that gives them more credibility than they deserve. It's always a horrible situation because it involves a British life and a family and all that sort of thing. But we're very clear that we don't pay ransom money for hostages, and that's right, I believe, because it encourages people to take hostages. And when you give huge sums of money, that money goes to that terrorist organisation, which then uses it for more weapons, communications gear, and then it takes more hostages. But it's difficult when some countries are willing to do it and some aren't, and of course for the families it's a horrible situation. But I think it would be wrong for us to start doing that. I imagine what they're doing is looking at all the intelligence. There'll be even more effort going into intelligence. I'm sure that we will find out exactly who the people who are doing the beheading are. I'm sure we will, if we don't know already. We'll be looking at options for could we get them out or not get them out. I would like to see the people who've done this thing going through The Hague, the war crimes trials and things, but I think the Americans might well see this in another way and treat it in rather the way they did Osama bin Laden. And I think, you know, they're dead men walking effectively, and they need to realise that. But there'll be all these thoughts going through their head about what could be done, could there be an opportunity to get them out, what sort of actions should be taken, and it will be part of the fabric of our overall strategy. But you mustn't let something like this deflect you from a coolly thought out strategic plan. Unlike the Syrian situation a year ago, where Assad was not threatening British citizens, he didn't intend to attack Britain, ISIS have clearly threatened British citizens and probably might well kill some, and they've said they want to attack the UK. There's been statements by them that they would like to destroy the UK. When you're in that situation, it's very different, and everything in your armoury as a nation you should be allowed to use. So it's a very different situation. Therefore, yes, as part of an overall strategy, we might well want to use targeted and very cleverly used military with intelligence, and I think it's a different situation, and all of that should be on the table.